had a friend that had gone on a couple of dates with a guy and really liked him, and then I guess on one of these dates the guy told him that he was HIV positive. Was like livid that this guy didn't tell him. I don't know when was a good time to tell him. The first thing they said, hey, my name's Bill and I'm HIV positive. Like, you know, who does that? You know, do you guys have sex? And he didn't tell you. He said, no, nothing like that. And so this person who he thought was nice and sweet and fun and intelligent, all of a sudden to him became this guy who, you know, had a secret from you which he thought you should have revealed sooner. Because, you know, you think you know your friends, but it's something like this. You get to see someone's true emotions and what they really think about something. And what if, you know, down the line, other friends of yours that you know reveal themselves to be HIV positive? But the issue was more about how, in his mindset, he never envisioned himself going out or falling for someone who was HIV positive. And I thought, well, how do you know that you haven't gone out with someone who is HIV positive and they just haven't told you? And you know, this guy was sort of in a weird learning curve, and he was like, people actually do that? I said, people actually do that. How would you know that other people you've dated are HIV positive or negative? Have you asked them? Have you had that discussion? At least this guy was upfront with you and put it into the conversation, and that you have to give him a lot of credit for. Maybe not talk about it, you know? I think it's still something that people are really shy and reluctant to talk about. I don't think it gets talked about enough. I think, you know, as someone who's queer and trans, in terms of like trans identity, there's a lot, I would say in some ways, a lot of similarities around to HIV positive disclosure. I would love to say to guys in the community who believe positive guys should disclose, but yet still reject them. I mean, why are you rejecting someone if you think disclosure is such an important thing? Thanks for disclosure, now I can slam the door on you mentality, why that's there. And I also want to say to them that I really feel that it's that person's right to decide when they choose to disclose or not. But I also say that, so the people who disclose to you, you reject, and the people who you don't disclose to you, you're fine with them having a shag with them and not knowing. I think that's a little bit of a dangerous scenario that we have going on in our community. Sometimes, you know, it's kind of weird to say this, but I assume that there's the other direction you can go, and I assume that everyone is HIV positive. When you're thinking about your own sexual health safety, and you decide what kind of risk you want to take, you're not leaving it into the hands of the other person, whether they've chose to disclose to you or not, what risks, what safety, whatever it is that you're choosing to do. It's your responsibility.